Om Sri Raghavendraya Namaha Satyameva Jayantina Anruta. Background: the story of the great and divine friendship between Sri Krishna and Sudama. Sri Purandara Dasaru, the soul-stirring devotional song Sudamana Hadu, is described in Mantralaya 2031. Let's continue with the next chapter. Sudama folded his hands and said with deep humility, "My lord, I must return home. My wife is alone and there is no one to take care of her." Sri Krishna, unwilling to let him go so soon, gently urged, "Stay a few more days, my dear friend." With eyes brimming with gratitude, Sudama replied, "This divine meeting is a blessing I will cherish for the rest of my life. Your kindness knows no bounds, and I consider myself the most fortunate soul on this earth." Sri Krishna, deeply touched, walked with Sudama to the palace gates. With a loving embrace and a warm smile, he bid farewell to his dearest friend, watching him depart with a heart full of love and unspoken blessings. Sudama never once asked Sri Krishna for help, nor did he speak of the poverty and hardships he endured. Instead, he cherished every moment in the Lord's presence, seeing him, speaking with him, and receiving his divine blessings. The next morning, as Sudama neared his home, a wave of hesitation filled his heart. "What will I tell Sushila if she asks, 'Did you seek Sri Krishna's help?'" He reassured himself, "Sri Krishna will show the way." But as he reached the familiar path, he stopped in shock. His humble, broken hut was nowhere to be seen. For a moment he thought he had lost his way. Then his eyes fell upon Sushila, standing before a grand palace. She was adorned in an exquisite sari glittering with gold and diamond jewelry. Their children, once clad in tattered clothes, were now dressed in finest garments. The entrance to their home was no longer a crumbling doorway, it was now a palace with a golden door. Stunned, Sudama turned to Sushila and asked, "What has happened?" With overwhelming joy, she replied, "Yesterday afternoon, in an instant, everything changed. We heard a loud sound, and before we could even blink, our broken hut transformed into this magnificent palace. Everywhere I look, there is gold, diamonds, grains, fruits, and an abundance of food. And look at us, we too have changed. Tell me, dear husband, what did you ask Sri Krishna for? He has given us everything." Tears welled up in Sudama's eyes as realization struck him. "But I did not ask for anything," he thought. His mind raced back to the time spent with Sri Krishna. He recalled the moment after lunch when the Lord had eaten the poha and softly said, "I am now satisfied." That single phrase has changed everything. It was not just a gift of wealth, it was the divine erasure of his childhood karma when he had selfishly hidden the poha from Sri Krishna. With deep reverence, Sudama folded his hands. "My Lord knows everything we need. We do not need to ask. He gives in ways beyond our imagination." With tears of devotion, he chanted Sri Krishna's name, his heart overflowing with gratitude. This is such a deeply emotional story, rich with profound values and life lessons. 1. True repentance brings divine grace. Sudama made a mistake in his childhood, but instead of letting it define him, he spent his life as a noble soul, immersed in devotion to Sri Krishna, even amidst unbearable poverty. This teaches us that mistakes are a part of life, even for those who are close to God. But what truly matters is acknowledging them, learning from them, and transforming oneself. True greatness lies not in being flawless, but in correcting our flaws and growing beyond them. Number two, acceptance of karma. Every action bears its own fruit, and we must learn to accept its consequences with grace. Sudama never questioned his poverty, nor did he blame Sri Krishna for his struggles. Instead, he embraced his hardships with a content heart, grateful for the life that Sri Krishna had given him. His unwavering faith shows us that true happiness does not come from material wealth, but from a heart that remains devoted and grateful in all circumstances. Number 3. Faith is tested in hardships and trials, shape our identity. The journey of life, shaped by our past karma, defines who we become. Sudama endured his poverty with joy and resilience, proving that to draw the attention of the divine, one must remain strong in both joy and suffering. Faith that crumbles in adversity is not true faith. Just as raw metal must endure fire to emerge as shining gold, a soul must withstand hardships to attain divine grace. Number 4. Absolute surrender to Sri Krishna. The greatest lesson Sudama teaches us is the importance of complete faith in Sri Krishna. He never asked for wealth or comfort. He simply surrendered, trusting that Sri Krishna knew what was best for him. Instead of asking God for material things, we should pray, "O Lord, give me only what is good for me, and always keep me under your divine protection." This was Sudama's silent prayer, and Sri Krishna, knowing all, fulfilled his needs in ways beyond imagination. We can truly witness the boundless grace of Lord Sri Krishna when the time is right and the soul is purified through unwavering devotion. When Sudama stood before him, Sri Krishna did not see a poor Brahmin in tattered clothes. He saw a heart overflowing with pure love and devotion. In that moment, the Lord Himself humbly washed Sudama's feet, honoring the sincerity of his soul. Such is the compassion of Sri Krishna. He does not look at one's status or wealth, but at the purity of their heart. Sudama's story is not just about devotion, it is a testament to unwavering faith, humility, and the ultimate grace of Sri Krishna. His journey teaches us that when we surrender fully to the Lord with love and trust, He gives us far more than we could even ask for. Sudama devoted the rest of his life to the worship and remembrance of Sri Krishna, his heart forever filled with gratitude and devotion. Sri Purandara Dasa beautifully expresses in his song that listening to this divine story or singing this hymn can free one from poverty and bring them closer to Lord Narayana. The devotion towards Sri Raghavendra Titaru is the ultimate truth and is the most simple and effective way to reach Sri Hari. Nambi Kettavarillavo E Gurugala. Those who have complete faith in this Guru will never be disappointed. Sri Raghavendra Tirtha Gurupyo Namaha.